welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we're going to be unboxing the Harbor Freight Chicago Electric 4-inch Biscuit plate joiner. This is recently purchased from Harbor Freight with a coupon. If you ever shop there, always make sure you bring a coupon with you. I don't typically do a lot of shopping at Harbor Freight, but occasionally if I need a one-off tool, that might be the place to go. And so I thought I'd give you a first look at the biscuit joiner. And so the first thing we got obviously is the joiner coming out, and then we've got a wrapping around the fence assembly in the front, and we've got the nice cord around the motor assembly. The motor assembly is substantially similar to that of a angle grinder. We also have in the box a dust collection bag that will go onto the back of the fence. And finally we have a spanner wrench and an instruction manual. And that is all that comes in the box. There are no biscuits. And so now let's unwrap the biscuit joiner. We'll take that off. Now as we fold the cord back here, the end of the dust bag here has a keyed slot opening that matches the rear out there, and that plugs right in. And the bag can come right off just by clipping a couple clips, by undoing a couple clips here in the rear to be able to collect your dust. On the front of the fence assembly here, if we look at this, we've got two yellow knobs. One of these controls the angle. If we want to cut a square joint, we put it all the way down, or any joint at some other angle in between, we can lock it in place with the screw knob. There's a red reference mark here at the top and a red reference mark at the bottom. It looks like the quality control could be a little bit tighter on how the coloration is added to the aluminum fence. On the other side here, controls the vertical depth. So if we're trying to line our biscuit up to get halfway through the depth of the material we're working in, we can line this up. So again, if we want to go a 90-degree joint here, and if we're working with thicker wood, we raise this up. Thinner wood, we'd drop it down so that our biscuit cuts right through halfway down. And then there's the handle on top for the plunge assembly. That then pushes the carbide tipped blade all the way through. We'll raise that through just for your reference here. And you can see the carbide on the blade rotating through. Now, because biscuits come in several different sizes, 0, 10, and 20 are three common sizes here. On the side of the biscuit joiner, there is a depth stop here. That's this yellow knob here for 10, 0, M for a manual mode, 20. You can rotate this here. Unlike fancier ones, this just has a simple screw through the side for the depth stop and a little nut that can be put in place to be able to fine-tune that to be exactly the depth that you want it to be. Fancier ones have a preset guide pin that's factory machined to the correct depth. It looks like the handle is removable, and we'll put this to use here in just a second. Okay, we're now set up to go. I've got a piece of 2x4, just a small scrap, in my bench vise here. My fence is dropped down to 90 degrees. I got my depth here set for a number 20 biscuit, and then my depth set roughly for halfway down the 2x4 to be able to generate the biscuit. So now you've got the chance to watch the biscuit joiner here in action. You'll notice on the bottom, when we're done with the joining, the blade retracts all the way back in, so it's safe to set down even if the blade hasn't come to a full stop. And if we look at our cut on the front of the 2x4, just a little quick sanding would be able to have it all cleaned up to drop a biscuit right in there. I didn't go perfectly halfway down right now for this quick demo, but I think that proves the point and shows the idea of how this biscuit joiner works. Thanks for watching and have a great day.